products, especially Pentaxin and all that. So that allows me to access to shop.com products, at cost price. So my goal is just having fun, so that I can go get out of the place. So my life was a little bit mundane, basically ferrying the kids, doing the things all over and over again. And I just wanted change in my life. So I was looking for some excitement. So shop.com came at the right time, and I thought that, hey, I can get out to play with good excuse, right? That I am doing something meaningful. And I'm also meeting people whom basically my husband knows, this group of people. So for me, it's like able to get out of the house, able to dress up nicely, able to be in my high heels and then go for trainings and all that. So I was looking for change in my life. Yeah. So that's why I look at shop.com is like a platform for me, another thing for me to play. Okay. So I was in the play mode at that time. Yes. Thank you.
Indeed, this business is actually very fun when you get to do this business with like-minded people. How about AiPing? AiPing, could you share with us your background, what you were doing before shop.com, and how you get to know about this business opportunity?
Well, thank you, Jermaine. Good evening, everyone. Actually, like what Jermaine introduced just now, I was working in the banking industry for 25 years. It's like I graduated in Singapore and got stuck in the banking job for really the longest time. So when I first started, I was working at the branch, right? So I actually escaped from the branch when they started the sales culture, because I literally hate to do sales. I don't like to hard sell. So I changed my role to become middle office, and then end up in compliance. And then my last 10 years, I was working as a anti-money laundering compliance officer. So if you guys are familiar with this role, it's literally like a police officer in a bank. We basically check on customers' background, try to scrutinize a transaction, find out where their money come from. So having done this kind of job for like 10 years, it really turned me into someone super, super skeptical. Any case that come across to my desk, right, I would first of all conclude that it's suspicious before I can find anything to prove that it's not. So that was really me. And how I came across this shop.com business was back in 2014. I always visit this friend's office, right, during lunchtime. So during a period of time when I visited her, she every time served me with this nice drinks, called isotonics, right? So I walked from my office to her office. It was really hot, and when she served me with these drinks, I find yeah, it's very yummy, right? So that was when she shared with me, oh yeah, this is the benefit of the drink. And back then, I was actually looking for good supplement for my mom, because her health was actually not that good. So I was looking for supplement, and I don't mind trying the product. That was my first exposure to shop.com. Yep.
All right, great. I'm sure you're doing pretty well in the bank, having been in the banking industry for 25 years. So what was it that attracted you to become an unfranchised owner? Like you said, you have based on your working experience, everything is that comes to you, you will take it as it is a scam first. It's always guilty until proven that you are not. So what was it that you saw in this business that made you want to start building it? I think, sorry, you're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah, frankly, at that point in time, I wasn't looking for any opportunity at all, because as you know, banking job, it's super busy, and then the pay was high. I wasn't really looking for anything. And the second important thing is that I really couldn't understand how this business model works, right? So as common people, when you don't understand how it works, you basically just conclude it with your preconceived idea, whatever that you can assume it is, right? So I kind of like concluded that this looked like a MLM, even though I don't know what MLM is, right? I have no idea how MLM, but I just jumped to the conclusion, and I do have a very negative feeling towards MLM. I find that the people that's doing the business, they are very pushy, and then my there's one thing that really puts me off is that I always feel that in MLM the people that's joined the business earlier, right, they are the one who will earn the money, okay,
Mm.
where the people who join later will just simply work hard, contribute to their wealth. All right, okay. So with that, I don't have intention to do the business. I basically just joined the business because I want to buy the product at cost price. That's the cheapo me. All right. So it was actually much later, right? During the initial phase, I attended the training and events. Then I keep hearing people saying that, oh, this is not an MLM. This is such a fantastic business. I was like, I cannot stand it. Why is it that people can see it's not MLM where I can't see? Right. I was frustrated. I was big take a bit, and that's when that was me. I actually jump in to look through to say why do this bunch of people say that it's not MLM, right? Either they are lying or I really miss out something. So I looked through the whole thing and finally I understand the whole business picture, and yeah, it's not MLM. And in actual fact, it's a very fair system that make it easy for average people who want to build a business, right, to be able to achieve what they want and to be successful in this business. Yeah, so that was my finding and my conclusion back then. Yeah.
Okay, I think I understand because I heard your sharing during our leadership school last year when you did the
Yep.
power profile. So when initially when you understood it, the business model and you
Mm,
actually think that this business can actually work for you,
yep.
so you actually
Mm,
started off building part time. So like
yes.
you mentioned in the banking industry, you're actually very busy. So
Mm,
initially when you built this business part time, what
mm.
was your why or what was your motivation to make you want to take on an additional 8 to 15 hours just to build this business?
uh I didn't actually immediately find my why, to be frank. I went through this period of struggle that I look at the business model, I like it, but I really don't have time to do it. Right. It was like I feel a bit greedy. I want it, but I can't afford that. I don't have the time to build. I guess things happen for a reason. Uh, at that point in time when I was very, very tempted to build the business, right? It's also the time where it's I would say it's most impossible for me to put in time to build the business because during that period, my mom was down with depression. So I struggled between work and having to take care of her. And she was at this stage whereby she doesn't even allow me to leave home, and I have to convince her to say I have to go out to work because I need to earn the money. And when I told her that, it hurts me. That I say, why is it that I must tell my mom this when she needed me most? I tell her, say I need to leave her and um go to work to earn the money. So it disturbed me a lot. Then I look at it, and since there is this opportunity that I may be able to take back the my time freedom and the control of my life, so I was thinking, why don't I really give it a try? Because now since that the option is presented to me, so and I keep thinking that the more I don't have time, the more I need to put in time to build this in order to earn back my time control. So that was really the biggest reason I would say to push me to build the business. Yeah.
All right. So understand that it's really not easy. While
Mm.
this business is has a system that actually helps ordinary people to become successful. I'm sure you have your own challenges that you face while building this business as well. Could you share with us some of these challenges that you face and how do you actually overcome them?
Well, the biggest challenge is still time. So how do I struggle between my work, because my work hours, definitely I cannot touch it already. It's like the 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 literally is fixed. And then I have to juggle my mom, and then I've got limited leave. But ultimately it boils down to how much you want the business, how much you want to take back the time control. So I would say that during that 3 years when I was building the business part time, I kind of like reorganize my time allocation. And before I really want to build the business, a lot of time I actually work OT, 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 right? But sometimes I realize that actually it becomes like a habit. No, I don't have to do the OT if I manage my time well. So I start to change my work habit. I make sure I'm very focused during office hour. Then when I really have to go for my coring, my training, I'll just make sure I leave my job at 6 p.m. sharp. So that becomes a discipline. And also my annual leave for 3 years, I didn't have any long holiday at all. All my leave were spent on going to US convention, overseas travel to Malaysia. Um, and when I look back, right, I actually asked myself, why was I willing to do that? It's because I told myself that I set a goal to say I want to retire myself from banking industry in 3 years time. So that 3 years kept coming out and told myself just tahan for 3 years. After 3 years, you can go for whatever holiday you want, and that 3 years will be worth it. And that was how I bite the bullet and go through that phase. So time was really my biggest challenge. The other things will be emotion. You definitely face with loads and loads of objections, unsupportive family members. But I guess I've been through that phase because of the team. You're really doing this business not by yourself. You got good partners and cross team partners like Michelle. I really admire her. At one stage when I was very down, she was the one who really appeared and motivated me, and got seniors from Taiwan who keep encouraging me, like running together with me to finish off the race. So it's a wonderful business, really. I don't think you can find anything like that out there. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. I realized that through most of the unfranchised owners sharing, time is indeed something that everyone has to manage, because especially if you're building this business as part-time, you have a full-time job. It's additional discipline. You need really discipline to actually allocate your time well, and make sure that, if what you want to achieve is time freedom, you need to put in the time first. You need to just bite the bullet for this short period of time, that 2 to 3 years, and focus on building the business. Then only you'll be able to achieve the time freedom that you want in the future. Thank you so much, Iping, for your sharing.
Thank
All right,
you.
Michelle. Michelle, how about you? Now that we've heard Iping shared her why she wanted to start this business and what kept her going, could you also share with us what was your why?
As I mentioned, I was in the play mode. I'm reaching 50 years old at the time, and I tell myself that, I'm not done much for my life, except, my proudest moment is, having my babies. So yeah, it's true. So whenever someone asks me, what's your proudest moment, what's your achievement, I've got nothing much to say about myself. First of all, you have to understand about my background. I'm from a broken family. My mom was a divorcee. So basically, I was raised, all right, being alone, and I'm always renting a place, staying with somebody else, and my mom was working all the time. So my goal in my life is I want a family. I want to be full time mommy. But when I became a full time mommy, I tell myself that there's something lacking in my life. So I was actually, like I mentioned, I was sick and I was looking for something. And I tell that, I realized that my time is running out because I had this pain in me. And then when the doctor did a stent in my heart, I was very weak, and I was, looking at my timeline. If I'm going to work backwards, like how many more years? So I was looking for a change, and shop.com came at the right time. So one of the reasons I want to do shop.com is um, because I have fear. I have so much fear in me. I watch how other people are, some other women whom I know, my friends, how they are managing their life, and they are sucked into things that they do over and over again. They can't move out from their comfort zone or their situation. So at that time, I was a really very unhappy person. Not that not that unhappy with my husband, all right. He may be a little bit irritating at times, but I love him, all right. I love him. I love the family. It's just me. I'm searching for something to do for myself. And I tell myself, as I grow older, do I want to rely on someone to make me happy? Or, I want to be the one in charge of my whole life. All right. And because of the health scare, I tell myself I need to step out of my comfort zone and do things that I enjoy most. So not to make other people happy, but to make myself happy first. I have to learn to love myself. And then, of course, along the way, as the kids are growing up, also sometimes the way they talk to me is like, I don't seem to get the respect that I expected, being a full-time mommy, right? Sometimes maybe as a teenager, certain things that they say, it hurts my feelings. And do I want to, depend on them in the future? All right. As I grow older, I know that, I may not have the financial independence, because everything comes from my husband, right? And also, I'm also a very, very insecure person. I'm always thinking that because I'm at home, right? I'm always wondering what's my husband doing outside. I know he's very hardworking. I feel very, very insecure. So I'm a very insecure person. I also feel like I'm lack of capabilities. Basically, just a lot of insecurity. Okay, from young to old. All right, and turning 50 is my turning point. I just want a change. I just want to be able to do things I like, able to do something that will change my life in 5 years' time. So as I grow older, I want that. I want to travel. I want to be able to afford to do things, make choices. I'm very, very scared that, if I want to eat something or buy something, I need to turn around and ask for permission. I don't want that. It's not that my husband doesn't provide well. He does. It's just me being very insecure because uh, I watch how other divorcee, I watch how other women, handle their finances. I'm afraid I fall into that trap. So why I want to do shop.com is a lot about myself. I just want a change. I want to be independent. I want to be able to make decision. I want to meet new. I want to travel. I want to be able to do things I've never done before. And I don't want to use my husband's money, because that money is for my kids. Okay, three of them, in 4 years, I have three babies. So imagine, right? It's like taking care of triplets like that. So that money that we reserve is for their education. So things that I want to do, I very paise, to use. I feel ashamed to keep using his money. So I wanted financial freedom. I wanted to be independent. So that was my why. Okay, I want to be able to make decision. I want to be able to vocalize my needs. Okay, to the way that I can change my life in the next few years. So there's a lot of emotion going on. So initially, when I saw the business, I was, play mode, thinking, okay, lots of chances and excuses to be out of the house. But somewhere down the road, I realized that people are different. In shop.com, they make money. People are so confident, all those entrepreneurs. I've never done business in my whole life. I have no IT skill. I don't even know how to switch on computer. Yeah. So and that kind of I tell myself that I'm so insecure and everything. This could be the way for me to learn. And when I went to shop.com, there's so much training. I watch people how they train and they talk. I tell myself, perhaps this is the platform for me. So I try. Every day I try a little bit and improve a little bit. Yeah. So a lot about me.
Actually, yeah, that's actually a very powerful why to want to be able to take back the control of your life, to lead the kind of life that you actually want, to be able
Yeah.
to dare to dream again. Like you want to travel, you want to be able to do this, you want to be able to do that. I think that's a very powerful why for a change. Michelle, I'm sure there are many challenges that you face when you first came out as a homemaker, and then now you're embarking on a business. It's quite a big shift from housewife to entrepreneur and business owner. So, can you share with us like some of the challenges that you face and how you actually overcome them?
Uh, First, I have to talk about myself. The challenges is the insecurities that I have in me. I always tell myself that I'm not good enough, right? I don't know this, I don't know that. So I need to overcome that, all right, by telling myself, yes, I can do it. So it's the mindset change. So as I went through all this basic five training and then learning from different leaders, I start to switch my mindset from being someone, a nobody. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a successful person. So my goal is, when someone look at me, when my children look at me, it's just not a stay-at-home mom. Because they used to say that, mom, what do you know? You only know how to use daddy's money. So that part impacted me, and I say, oh my God, I used to earn a lot, in my career. What happened, 18 years of my life being spent, taking care of them, and so what is happening now? So that is one challenges that when I started the business. And then I didn't know how to build it. And everyone is so busy at that time, no one to guide me. Um, then as I grow, as I build the team getting bigger and bigger, I need to step up as a leader. So the challenge is, to be a leader. I've never lead anything before. It's always people leading me. And then now I have to be a leader. So what am I supposed to do? So the only thing I know is just keep learning and to be very transparent with my teammate. I don't know a lot of things. And there are people who say things, sometimes can affect me emotionally. Well, what do you know? You're a stay-at-home mom. What do you know? There are people I'm working with, professionals. Some are very high in position. They seem to know a lot more than me. So how am I going to lead them? All right. So that is the biggest challenge. And I waited for people to lead the team. I kind of like keep telling them, you're better, you do it, you do it. So that was my initial stage. Then one day I realized that, if I want to be successful, I have to step up and behave like a leader. Even I don't know anything, I think I can be very transparent with all my teammates and say that if I don't know, would you all help me? But I pour my heart out into the business. I want to be very sincere. So I overcome it with my sincerity. I overcome things that I can't do by telling them that I know my strength. I have a certain strength. I have to believe in myself. So kind of like a butter trade, I'm good in this area, so I'm going to help you in this area, but you help me in the other area. So I'm so glad that through the years of building shop.com, from someone who know nothing, uh, and because of good partners in the shop.com and then good corporate teams who always, especially Jojo is very, very encouraging. She says that no worries, no worries, we will be here to support you. So that's how I overcome. Okay, one step at a time, one step at a time. Even till today, after 6 years of building the business, do I behave like like someone I know everything? No, I'm still in the learning mode, and I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed to tell them I don't know. Initially, I feel very shy, okay, to tell things, hey, I don't know, like leader, I don't know, very paiseh. But now I realize that as a leader, you dare to voice out, to tell people that I don't know enough. I dare to, that means I become more vocalized right now, okay, about how I feel about things. If I don't know, I ask for help. And I'm not ashamed to ask for help. And I look for people who can support and work with them to get, to achieve our goals together. So that's how I overcome, one day at a time, one day at a time. But that doesn't mean that I'm still, I don't feel that pain and the insecurity. It still creep back into my life. But that's when every morning I have to wake up, and then audio come in, and then I have to prep myself and tell myself that, yes, I can do it. Yes, I can do it. And together with the team, I can do it even better. So this is how I overcome all the challenges in my life. Yeah. Mm.
All
Okay.
right, thank you, Michelle. You need a tissue.
Yes, yes, it's always like that. Mm.
Yeah. So thank you, Michelle, for sharing. It's really been an emotional journey for you. I
Yes.
mean, I've listened to your sharing, even at MAIC. So you guys, if you want to know more about Michelle's story, you can actually go to the YouTube. Just search for Market America Michelle Liu. There's a power profile that she did in the US convention just earlier this year in February, where she shared her life journey and why she wanted to start this business. So I'm sure that many of you, especially new unfranchised owners, you may have doubts on whether can you actually be successful in this business. I'm sure every successful business owner at one time doubted themselves whether are they really able to become successful in this business or not. One very good thing or one very good tip that Michelle actually shared is to tap into the audio that we have, listen to it. The audio and attending the events consistently will actually help you to build your belief. You need to first believe that you are actually able or you are capable, you are successful, that you will achieve success in this business. Then only will you truly work towards being successful in this business. So 5 years on building this unfranchised business, Market Singapore is going into our 6th year this year, December. So Michelle, could you share with us like how this business has actually changed your life? What is one thing that you really enjoy or you're really grateful for because of the residual income that keeps coming in week after week?
I think the income is real. Every week it comes in and it's amazing. All right. The effort that I put in the first 3 years is just paying me. Yeah, I have changed so much. I have changed. I'm more confident. Like I mentioned, I dare to voice out my feeling better. I enjoy traveling because now I don't have to wait for someone to make me to travel with me. If I want to do it, I just do it. All right, and I can make changes in my family's life. I even have the capability, I mean the opportunity with my extra income that I have to make a difference in other people's life. And that is powerful, all right, to be able to make choices. So 5 years down the road, um, I have gathered a lot of friendship. I as a housewife, you have a tendency to stick with just a few people. But now in this shop.com world, every new day is meeting new people. Along the way, you build new friendship. And in shop.com, I found so many people who became my good friend. And that is very precious to me. And I know that I won't be lonely when I grow old. Even if empty nest syndrome, right? My kids right now, they are at their age, young adults. They have boyfriends. Do they spend time with me? No, not as much as I would love to, right? But it's okay. I have things to do. So 5 years down the road, what do I have? Better income, all right, security. I know that my retirement is going to be fantastic because I have money to use and play. And I'm so thankful that the friendship that I built. And then and I just want everyone who's listening in, all right, if you ever thought of in this shop.com, if you think that of quitting and all that, please don't. Sometimes you don't see the result immediately. My first year, I struggled so much because of I don't know how to build. I even lost a lot of my teammates because I didn't step up as a leader. I let other people lead, and then ended up, when one person left, the whole team are gone. I want you to know that this is the kind of business when the more you put in effort, the more you get to know more people, and the more you plug into the system and work on it, you will get somewhere. The money comes in small initially, and then it will keep growing and growing and growing. And this will give you, a kind of the income that will change your life completely. This is like an additional income on top of what my husband is earning. So look at it just makes so much difference. All right, especially during this time, this 2.5 months staying at home, I can see my friends are also stressed up, and I'm like relaxing. right? I think we are
Yes.
so thankful of the income. So I'm really grateful, very, very thankful for this business. So um, don't ever quit, okay, so easily. Your leg has to be two in shop.com, not one in shop.com, one is outside. Because if you're not focused, you won't get anywhere. Shop.com is a place for you to work on a system, build an ongoing income, and then get to know people. And this group of people, they are all a lot of good people in shop.com. Let me tell you, I enjoyed it every single moment. Yeah, thanks.
Yes, thank you, Michelle, for the sharing. How about iPing? iPing, so like,
Mm.
you've started building the business part-time for 3 years, and then now you're full-time shop.com. So you
Yep.
actually retired from your banking job. So what is that one thing that you're grateful for or you enjoy building in this business that resulted from the residual income that keeps coming in each and every single week? Could you share with us?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Uh, I don't think it's just one thing. It's definitely more than that.
Yeah, please do
Okay.
share more than one.
The key thing is, of course, I mean, having been through this phase and resigned from my banking job, taking back my time control, the greatest thing is I can bring my mom for holiday as and when I want. Yeah, so I feel that the most shock thing, the greatest achievement is when my mom said last year, say, hey, my friend went to Hainan Dao and say it's very nice, you know. Then I asked her, say, so do you want to go? She said, yeah. And that day I went to the travel agency and booked the trip and off we are on Hainan Dao the next few days. Yeah, so it really feels great and I get to oh my mom actually got better during the last few years. So I'm very thankful that I managed to build the business when she's still healthy and I can still bring her around. So we went to Japan, went to Taiwan, went to so many places last year, and I hope that I can continue to bring her to many, many more places after the COVID-19 is over. So that was one great thing that I am enjoying now, and of course the other thing which I value a lot is really the personal growth. Yeah. Um, if you have seen me the before, right? Being someone very, very timid and uh, really I don't dare to speak out, and I don't like to talk to people. Very, very quiet person, and of course, definitely won't go on the stage to talk. I think I can faint, but it was thanks to short.com to all these coaching that we have, right? That really push us through, step out of a comfort zone, and grow into someone really better. That I believe I wouldn't be like where I am today if I continue to be working on my full time job. It will just be a very boring life, running the rat race, and God knows whether I can retire age 65. So really appreciate this business, and of course, along the way, especially the initial period, right, the first 1 2 years when you first started, you feel like you're putting a lot of effort and yet you don't see any result at all. And that's the time where of course, when I'm disappointed, I tell my senior partner to say, I think I can't, I don't think I can make it. I can't, maybe this business is not for me, but it's people around you that keep you going. And as you attend convention, you hear from those who have been there, done that, right? They also have the same thing. They also face the same challenges that they actually overcome and be where they are. So very grateful for that. That as we, the actually the more effort you put in, the more you walk the journey, the easier it become. And at the end of it, you really suddenly realize that, hey, I have reached where I want to go. Yeah, that's a great feeling.
Yeah.
That's my sharing.
All right, thank you, iPing. So the main takeaway I got from both Michelle and iPing is that throughout this 5 years in building the business, there's bound to be challenges along the way because when we first start this business, we're not business owners or entrepreneurs to begin with. There's a lot of mindset shift that you need to make. There's time
Mm,
commitment that you need to make. You need to be dedicated and committed to doing this business. There's also a lot of learning to do because like AiPing, you're not from sales background. You need to learn about the product knowledge. You need to learn about retailing. There's so many things that you need to put in time and effort to learn. So I like to encourage everyone online right now. So if you do meet with any challenges or obstacles, do speak to your senior partner. I'm sure you're not alone in this race. They've been there before as well. So do talk to them, and we can work out something that can help you to overcome this challenge. And it's really an inspiration to listen to Michelle and Iping's story, to be able to finally take back your time control, to choose to do what you want to do when you want to do it, and to spend the time with people that matters the most to you in your life. Okay, so that's really an inspiration to many of us, and we really appreciate Michelle and Iping for coming tonight online to share with us your experience. So I'm actually going to open the questions to the floor. So if you have any questions that you want to ask Michelle or Iping, please feel free to type it in the group chat so we can actually get your questions answered. Okay, so actually we have a compliment for Michelle. Somebody actually mentioned that Michelle, you don't look like you are in your 50s. You look like you're only 30.
Thank you for shop.com, products. Okay, I mean, I can honestly tell you that I look horrible prior to shop.com. Very sunken, shallow, my skin, because I was taking a lot of medication for my heart. All right, so I had to make sure my blood is thin and all that, blah blah blah. So I'm so depressed at that time. Yeah, so thankful.
You're so bright and cheerful now, Michelle.
When you have gone through kind of like like I live every day. When I open my eyes, it's like I'm thankful that I'm still alive, right? And then the next thing I do is what can I do to make a difference, okay, in other people's life? Because right now it's just not me. Now I have a team. What can I do to impact other people? And who am I going to talk to today? If I'm going to pitch my business to that person, the amount that we spend, the time. So for me, is I'm very engrossed in listening to their story, why they want to build the business, right? So I kind of like suck in all their emotion into my myself, and then I see how I can encourage them. So that way, it's like every day a new day, new people. And I hope that I make a difference in everyone that I come in contact to. Yeah. So thankful.
Hey, so Michelle, we actually have a question from Cleo. Cleo wants to ask Michelle, who influenced you the most in your shop.com journey? How and in what way?
mm, I would say that this person is a very good friend of mine whom never stopped at encouraging me. She saw me gone through, from a very insecure wife, mother, to where I am today. And each time when I want to say, each time when I feel with so much insecurity, she will be the one to like wake me up a bit, okay? And she's not in shop.com, but she's just there that, because she's in the corporate world, so she has a lot of, challenges herself. So she said, Michelle, what is all this, whatever you're going through, right? You just have no idea how much more compared to those in the corporate world. All right, your challenges is manageable, and you just have to face it and trust your instinct. She always tell me, say, trust your instinct, trust your heart, go with your heart, you will be fine. So this person, I'm very very grateful to today. Without her encouragement, I don't think I can survive in many ways. And I just keep thanking God that I have someone who kind of like hold my give me the encouragement. Now in shop.com, people from all walks of life come into my life. Who are the one that I want to be with? Is people who always give me the energy, the positive vibes. If those who are not giving me, give me a lot of issues, right? I'm not here to manage the emotion of anyone. I don't want to deal with that because it's very draining. So I choose to be with people who are very happy, very positive, people who wants to build the shop.com business. So we have same goal. I mix with this kind of people. All right, this group of people, and it push me, and I excel better. I don't allow people to drain my energy unnecessarily. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Michelle. So we actually have pre-collected questions that was emailed into us prior to this webinar. So coming from one of the UFOs, her question is, what are some of the challenges faced when you're sharing this business with professionals and business owners? How do you actually overcome or tackle these challenges?
I think you like to answer this.
Okay, no problem. Um, in actual fact, whether the person that you're talking to is a professional or for whatever background, right? There bound to be different type of challenges, right? So the key thing is really to understand the person's pain point, the usual FORM, what the person is looking for, what the person want more in life, regardless of what's the background. The moment you can find that factor, right, that's when you can get the person to look at the business plan, right? So the key thing is find out what is the need for that person. It's not for you, for whoever, but for the person that you're looking at to evaluate the business. So this applies across, doesn't matter what's the background, because no matter what kind of background you're in, be it you're professional, you're a business owner, there is still something that you want more in life, be it money or time, or you want a risk-free life. So find out that thing, then you're able to share. Similar to the question that someone posted here, right? For people constantly busy with work, how do you convince to get the person to join? You don't need to convince, you just need to find out what is the person's pain point, what the person want more in life. Yep.
So basically, you need to think in the perspective like what's in it for them. There must be something that they want, and you need to be able to pick up this thing that they actually want to get out of this business. And to be
Yeah.
able to do that, you need to ask the right questions and need to listen actively. Then only you'll be able to pick this out, right?
And also
Okay.
add on to what AiPing mentioned. You know, as a stay-at-home mom, right? When I started this business, I felt very insecure. Talking to people who are above, me and all that professional, I was like, wow, I'm just not up to it. But then I realized, right, that they are just ordinary people too. They are people with needs, right? They have the same feeling and all that. So what you are, in that professional high level, you still have needs. So first of all, when you're talking to that person, you don't look at their profession, as if that they're so high up. We are all equal. So I like to look at people, we are all equal. I don't care what you're doing, okay? We all have the same needs. So when we are equal, we talk like friends. So when we talk like friends, right, it's so easy to connect. So we talk about heart to heart, what can we connect? What can we connect? What are the common things that we find? The minute you find the common things that you can talk about, that's where the connection start, and then that makes so much easier. And then that's where the why will come in. All right, the why will come in, and then that's how you able to approach it from the angle that they needs to hear. So that makes things easy. So no worries about being professional or any education level doesn't matters in shop.com. All right, you
Yes.
just bring along your own talent, your own experience, and then we just build it, regardless who you are, where you are right now, we can build it together. Yeah, thank you.
Indeed. Yes, thank you, Michelle. So another question that came in through the email is that how do you actually address questions if people ask if shop.com is actually a multi-level marketing company? How do we actually differentiate ourselves from being grouped together as an MLM company?
Okay. Um, I do have this kind of question coming to me a lot of times. So first of all, I will tell them that, I look at our business. This is the business. How we run the business, because you don't understand enough, so you perceive it as multi-level. So if you are willing to spend some time to to find out more. I'm willing to spend time explaining to you. But first of all, you have to be willing to listen. So, are you willing to listen? I'm going to give you links. I'm going to, answer all your questions. But if your mind is shut and you already perceive that, this is the wrong company to be associated with, then there's no point for me to waste time, talking to you. So, I have to make sure that I set the expectation right first. If you are willing, okay, then I'm willing. But if you're not willing to listen, let's don't waste each other time. All right, perhaps you can find all your answer from the internet and all that, but you're not wasting my time. Okay, so I have reached that stage where I can counter back. Last time I was like, oh my god, oh dear, but now no more, because 6 years in this business, right? I know how good is shop.com, and I know how well our company pay us, and I know how well the corporate teams work so hard in protecting us, protecting our income, and then providing wonderful products. What are you talking about? So if you're not willing to spend time understanding what I can offer to you, it's okay. It's all right. Yeah. So that will be how I would handle it. Yeah. How about you, Iping?
Very true, Michelle. I think
Yes.
sometimes people just like to use that as an excuse to say no. They don't say no directly to you, so they just bring up to say that, is this an MLM, that kind of thing. And sometimes if you probe further, they may not even understand what exactly is an MLM. Like what happened to me initially. I actually don't know, but I just want to conclude that it's MLM. Yeah. But seriously, I mean, as UFO, if we fully understand the business model, the compensation structure, right, you can really tell the difference. I don't think we have enough time here to explain today, right? If you have a chance, go to the Ministry of Trade Industry FAQ on MLM. You can look through the whole thing, and you can understand that shop.com business is not right. Even if, let's say, people want to jump to conclusion that it is right, we are still complying with the regulations. That's a key thing. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Aiping. Aiping, since you're here, there's one
Mm.
question from Kim to you. So,
Okay.
what is the first change that you made when you decided to build this business?
The key thing is really to change the mindset. I cannot have this employee mindset to run the business. The business is business, so have to change your mindset and have to prioritize in what reorganize whatever I need to do. And of course, very important thing is that this business has a very good system for us to follow. But before you can follow the system, you have to surrender to the system and follow 100%, not choose what you like to follow, you follow, and then the rest you don't do. It's really 100% surrender to the system and follow. Yeah, that's the easiest way to do the business.
Mm.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Aiping, for the wonderful sharing. So,
Thank you.
I don't see any more questions. So before we call it a night, please just give me one more minute of your time, the last final minute. Let me just share with you guys something. So I understand that right now online, there are a few unfranchised owners who are actually due to renew your businesses. If you're considering whether or not you want to continue to renew your business, you can actually speak to your senior partner, or if you've decided that after listening to Michelle and Iping, it's really rekindled your why, and you really want to put in the effort, the commitment, and the dedication to build your 2 to 3 years plan, you can actually scan the QR code on screen right now. This will lead you to the renewal form for your business. All you need to do is follow the instruction, fill up the form, and send it to our unfranchised services team. So once again, thank you, Michelle and Iping, for the wonderful sharing. I hope you guys are just as inspired as I am, listening to the stories, how they actually overcome the challenges, and 5 years on, what they're able to do with this residual income, the change and the impact that they've made on people's lives as well. So
Mm.
thanks again, Michelle and Iping.
Thank you,
Yes, thank you.
Jermaine.
Thank you so
Thank
much for
Thank
the
you.
you. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
thank
So we're just going to call it a night over here. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, do email to sales@marketsingapore.com.sg. With that, take care and stay safe. Although it's phase two, please continue to wear masks when you're going out, and as much as you can, conduct your business meetings online, and minimize the chances of you going out. So, all right, take care, stay safe. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good
Bye.
night.